Hello, and welcome to today's book chat. So, today I'm going to be talking about the novel Every Little Thing by Chad Pelley. And this novel is by a Newfoundland author. And so, when I first moved to Newfoundland, I saw this book maybe about a month after I was here. And I thought, that I wanted to read it. There was something about it that just kind of called out to me. So a little over 2 years later, I finally have, and let me say that I was not disappointed. So to give you a little bit of background on the book, it is about a young man named Cohen Davies and not as intensely about a young woman named Allie Crosby. And so when the book opens, we know that Cohen is incarcerated, but we don't know why. We don't know how it happened. And so the narrative travels back in time and the story kind of unfurls from there. So as we were taken along the journey of this story, I really didn't know where it was going beyond the fact that at some point I'd have to find out why was Cohen incarcerated and how did it all go down. And for the most part, the story didn't definitively seem to be about that. And as it progressed, it wasn't definitively about it either. And I didn't mind that because the characters were so amazingly crafted that that's all that mattered. Just seeing their lives, seeing the choices that they made, seeing the interactions between them. And it's a very aptly titled book in the fact that so often throughout it, little seemingly inconsequential choices or actions just created a hailstorm of, I don't even know what to say, a hailstorm of problems that the characters were put into and ways in which they had to try to get themselves out of that. The book is full with themes of love, of forgiveness, betrayal, loss, and the characters are incredibly real. They are engaging, they're quirky, they are ultimately sympathetic. I'm not sure that I've actually ever read a book in which the main character especially, made so many choices, which essentially you couldn't argue weren't wrong. I mean, these choices were bad choices and they led to bad things happening, but at the same time, I was completely sympathetic of it and felt that if put in the exact same circumstances, there's a good chance I would have made these same choices that ultimately ended up putting this character in jail and a host of other unfortunate things that occurred. And while feeling so sympathetic to the main character, I also could really see the way in which the other characters' reactions to his choices and sometimes the actions that affected his life made sense too. In that sometimes we're just in a situation where we don't know what to do, and all we have to do is the best we can do to survive and to try to make sense of the awfulness that life can throw at us. So hopefully I haven't given too much away, except to say that this book is really worthwhile. I was thoroughly pulled into the lives of the characters. I ended it in thought, which is what I love, ending a book and just thinking about the journey that I was taken through. And actually, I liked it so much that on a hike, I ended up basically telling my husband the entire plot of the novel because I wanted to talk about what was going on in it. And he, of course, had no idea what I was saying. So I took about 35 to 40 minutes of our hike to go through it all. So I think that says something, as I don't think I've ever fully told someone the plot of a book before. So if that was enough to interest you, pick it up. Every Little Thing by Chad Pelley. If you go over to my website, I will have links to the author's site and where you can find the book. And yes, Newfoundland author, if you're listening to this and you've never heard of Newfoundland, that will give you a little bit of info as well, as the book is set there and we see some of the I guess just the life or quirks of this place. Have a great day.